Okay guys, welcome back to another monthly wrap up. It's currently the 30th, but I'm not going to finish either book by the end of the night, especially because I'm going to start reading later than normal this month. I don't know why, but I just, maybe coming off of last month, I don't know. This month kind of felt like a slower, not so awesome reading month. For me personally, we read 4 books and then 1 DNF, 1,297 pages in total. So, I don't remember what ratings I rated these, but whatever. So, the first book we read was Return Blackbird. I love this book. Definitely gonna try to get, I'm going to buy it myself when we go to Barnes & Noble because I enjoyed this a lot. I'm very interested in the second book. Very kind of different than what I thought, especially in how they met and how the book started, and just was constantly surprising me. Kind of the third act part was a little weird. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of a little unnecessary, but it made things that happened throughout the book make sense. So I think I gave this a 4 or 5. I don't remember. I was gonna look through and get all the ratings before I started this, but girl did not do that. So here we are. So that one of Girls Like Us. Let me tell you, one, I am realizing, I was remembering why I don't reread books, because they are slow as fuck. The last probably 150 pages, I got the audiobook on Spotify and finished it that way because I could not keep reading it, but I needed this to be over. I mean, I still thoroughly enjoyed the book, so I'm going to leave it at 5 stars. But a lot of stuff I didn't remember, a lot of stuff I did. One thing I thought was really fucking funny is there is one person in this book that is basically, other than the main character, like the good person. You know, the person on the right side of history. Why did I think going into this and reading it, I'm like, that's the person we can't trust. I gotta look for the red flags when it comes to that person. When I say my jaw was on the floor, when I realized the person I thought was the bad guy, this entire reread, was the only good, decent fucking person, my jaw was on the floor. I still thoroughly enjoy this. There was a lot of things I definitely did forget. Enjoyed rereading, but I think if I ever reread a book, it will be just listening to it. I normally, the past couple months, have been finishing 2 Nancy Drew books. I only finished one, and it was number 20, The Clue in the Jewel Box. No particular reason, except I didn't read a lot of Nancy Drew this month. Just due to things happening, I just didn't get the chance to read a lot of Nancy Drew. This one was okay. I mean, I think I put either 2 or 3. 2, which is, for the Nancy Drew books, honestly average at this point. Just, there's not a lot to say about these Nancy Drew books, unless I have a hatred towards them. We learned last month. And then next up, which also creates more things I'm going to try to get when we go to Barnes & Noble after Christmas, which was Unbirthday, A Twisted Tale. Is this focusing? Probably not. Unbirthday, A Twisted Tale. I thoroughly enjoy this. There was a bit in the middle that was a little draggy, but it was okay. middle part was, there was a part of it that was a drag. But other than that, I thoroughly did enjoy it. Very interesting. When I go to Barnes & Noble, I'm going to see what other... I knew I wanted more of the Twisted Tales, this series, but I'm definitely going to try to get at least one more when we go to Barnes & Noble, just so that I have another one on my TBR. But enjoyed this. I will say I have little sticky notes that say how many pages are in each book per month. This one I put on my sticky note 399 pages. I was going off of that. I hit the 299 page mark and I was like, there's still a good chunk of this left. I looked at it. It's 499. Which was fine. It was just a personal mistake, and that night it was a first world problem in my world. But I moved on very quickly from that. One thing is, I think I gave this a 4-star. 1, because the drag in the middle. 2, because this is based off of the cartoon Alice in Wonderland. Last time I saw that was in 6th grade, and even then I wasn't paying full attention. I enjoy the live action more than the animated one. So I've been meaning to watch the animated one just to see if maybe a couple of the characters and a couple of the things make more sense. Because there were a couple of things where I'm like, that makes no sense. And it's because it's probably based off of the animated version, which it has the animated Queen of Hearts on it, but like how they describe the Queen of Hearts or the Mad Hatter or stuff like that. But I think the main thing is a couple characters was my main issue. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. So I'm gonna try to get some more of the Twisted Tale stuff when we go to Barnes & Noble at the end of the year. It's like 7 o'clock at night and I'm losing it. This was my DNF and the month. I tried so hard. I read the epilogue and tried to make it through. I made it through like the first 2 pages of the first chapter. I was like, no, maybe I'm just not. My eyes were hurting. I was kind of tired. I'm like, maybe I'm just not in the mood. So I turned on the audiobook and followed along. I made it maybe 3 or 4 chapters in. I was like, no, I can't. Which is really sad because I was really looking forward towards this book. But it's one of the things where in your head, you're like, I really enjoyed this movie, or I'm going to really enjoy this book. And then you realize, either when you watch the movie or whatever, you're like, did I? And that is where the crawdads sing. I was reading this and I'm like, did I enjoy the movie? I did enjoy it. But I think I hyped it up more in my head than I realized, because I started reading this and I was like, oh my god. Couldn't understand what they're saying, and I think that's 100% on the fact that I was tired. So I started listening to it. And I got farther in, but I still just, I don't know. So I'm gonna sell this. It does make me want to rewatch the movie, but not read the book, is kind of what I'm saying. So this is gonna be sold, which needs to go right there. I'm also selling Alice in Zombieland because it was up in the air of if I was going to continue that series, and at this point I just don't want to. So I'm going to sell Alice in Zombieland. So look for those out on things. Current read. Oh my god. Is My Fault off of December's TBR, and then Nancy Drew, I think 21. So those are the current reads. I'm gonna wrap this up and go read what we get done in the month of December. I've already made it like 50 or so % through this one, so yeah, and it's not even December. Yeah, follow me on Instagram because I've been doing polls on Instagram of what books I should read next for this month, just because I did 2 books and no one voted, so I was like, I'm just gonna read my fault. And then the one I posted the other day was between 2 books, and 1 book was losing, and I was like, this is making me realize how much I want to read this book. So we'll read that one and then we'll read the next one. But we're gonna do a couple of little polls on Instagram to see what books I read. I don't know how longer this is gonna last, but we'll find out. Anyways, I'll see you guys on my next video. If you guys have read any of these books, tell me what you guys think down below. All my social medias and where I sell things are down in the description. And I'll see you guys on my either next bookie video or just regular video tomorrow. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.